Let's talk about this really quick, Daniel, because we're looking at, yeah, everyone's like, what's the inflation, what's the hedge against inflation? And okay, we're seeing inflation rise. We'll all agree with that. We're seeing interest rates rise long term. We'll all agree with that, right? So what happens? What's the best investment for that? Isn't it remarkable how Bitcoin is at its all time high right now? I'm pretty close to it. It's at 56,000 as I speak. Again, by the time this produces a couple hours from now, it could be 45,000 or 70,000. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
But right now, it's gone higher. And gold has not been that, hey, let's put money into gold. Again, interest rates go high. It's not as good as gold because people could park it there and earn an interest rate. And then people would say, well, the real interest rate is all that matters. So that accounts for inflation and it's still negative. But as that rate goes higher, gold loses the attraction of being a store of value, of keeping your money in something when you could keep it in something else that's, believe it or not, and everyone is going to go crazy when I say this, the dollar is perfectly safe. It's not going anywhere. If it goes anywhere, you got more problems than being wrong in your investment. You probably have no house. There'll be riots in the street and the world's going to end. So it's a safe investment. It's guaranteed by the government as a printed press and keep on all the time. And the whole entire world wants dollars. Even the guys, right, in gold who sell those gold coins. Here's these gold coins. You got to give me your dollars. I want your dollars. I'll give you the gold coins because the dollar is great. It's just so funny. But I don't know, just so much going on. But it is interesting, right? With Bitcoin, it's still maintaining that strength. And it makes me think that it's going to go a lot higher.
yeah. It's got to reach a point to where you see a lot more headlines and governments want to outlaw it. And I think that's six figures. We were talking about that a couple weeks ago. You have a lot of the biggest thing Bitcoin has versus gold is the excitement and the newness, because and newness not just because it's just over 10 years old, the newness, and you have a whole new asset class and institutions and big money. Frank, I was talking to you about, and I don't have it in front of me, I apologize, but Cointelegraph had a really cool article over the last couple days about how purchases of $100,000 or higher for Bitcoin was near an all-time high, or getting the attention of a lot of people. The sum of that was just that the recent pullback in Bitcoin, which is like 26%, people were buying it. That's encouraging. It's definitely, you have more money flowing into it, which the odds of the price going much higher are still in your favor. So that's going to take a lot of the excitement out of gold, no doubt. I'm still stubborn enough to, chip away at those, buy a little bit here, buy a little bit there, or, always look at options, because I don't think gold's going anyway or anywhere. But I was surprised it went under 1,700 an ounce. So we'll see about that going forward. But, buy the best, Newmont's, Barrick, and then take some lottery picks. But hey, right now Bitcoin's working, so ride the train.
Yeah, and so I'm not so much about the royalty companies, because I've seen the royalty companies in gold, and it's not a lot of royalties for them to buy, right? So they got to pay up. It was, these guys are doing fantastic, because when gold was really terrible, you had the largest miners in the world were so freaking leveraged that they had to bring in cash. So they would, partner with the royalties companies with some of the best projects. Now it's, they're keeping the best projects. Their balance sheets are amazing. So the royalty companies I'm not too crazy about right now, but I will say if you're buying like, the Barracks and the Newmonts and things like that, even Equinox Gold's another one that's becoming a very big name, who was built by, you have Ross Beatty in there, but that whole thing, I was there when that whole company was created with Marica too, so he did an amazing job with that, and just bringing so many different people together, David Lowe together, the late David Lowe, one of the greatest geologists in the world that ever lived. But I would stick to those. I mean, you're getting dividends on those stocks. They make money. Their production costs are below $1,000. So even if we go down to 1,600 or 1,750, and not only that, I don't think people understand copper in that aspect. Copper is at $4 a pound. It was like $2.80 a pound not long ago. So you're looking at more than $1. These guys produce hundreds of millions of pounds of copper. And this is just massive free cash flow, right? If you're producing gold, it's like natural gas with oil, right? It comes together. It's byproduct. So, that's being significantly underestimated with the copper price rising. It did pull back. I think it was like 430, 440, pulled back to 4. But man, those numbers are going to be fantastic, and they're going to increase their dividend. They're going to be buying back stocks. So, if you want a safe haven to where this whole thing comes back, that's it. But if you want to get more aggressive, there's a lot of juniors that have gotten smoked, like, just really, really good buys. And I had one on, that hasn't got smoked, but just really good fundamentals, really good project, for the interview with Ed Carr. So let's move on here, Dan, and talk about, just the market, SPACs. We have another IPO coming out, which is kind of amazing. And, I'll talk more about it, which is Roblox, which, man, every parent knows Roblox, every parent, because my kids play it like crazy. And the valuation's incredible. But even that, with the SPACs and the announcements coming out, I mean, I would think eventually that part of the market is going to slow, because, we're talking about tens of billions of dollars in SPACs that are sitting on the market. I think there was like 100 or so, and they have to find a company, right? They have to find a company to buy. How many great companies are there that they're going to buy? And they're going to inflate the valuation tremendously. I just see this like tailing off a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, you would hope so. I think it is because I've gotten several texts from friends and family members that have invested in some of them and then have gotten smacked. Um, and when you look at the sheer number, man, the billions, it's something ridiculous. Like we're on pace to, uh, we're outpace in the first quarter of 2020 to raise more money than entire 2019. I know 2020 got a big uptick too. But yeah, I mean that'll run its course. Chamath sold out of he sold 200 some million dollars out of was it the Virgin Galactic or whatever?
Yeah, I think his
I don't know
personal
what he
investment,
put
but his
in.
company still owns it. But that's what they're
Yeah,
doing now.
but I don't know what he put in. But I would argue it may not have been quite 200 million. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
I would say it's more probably about 20.